Welcome to PNC Park, where it's another T-shirt Thursday, and the T-shirts tonight provided by FSN. Beginning of a 4-game series as the Pirates welcome the Colorado Rockies for the first time to PNC Park in 2010. Hi again, everybody. I'm Tim Neverett. Steve Blass joins me shortly. Shake up in the bullpen. A change has been made. 2 changes, actually. Chris Resop from the Atlanta Braves claimed off waivers yesterday. Also from the New York Yankees, Chan-Ho Park claimed off waivers. Resop in uniform tonight. Park will join the team tomorrow. In order to make room, Steven Jackson was designated for assignment after yesterday's game. Steve Pearce, after surgery this week, has been moved to the 60-day DL. We welcome another Steve to the booth. Steve Blass. And
I'm going to hang around.
You can hang around. Another starter tonight, the 11th one the Pirates have used this season. James McDonald makes his Pirate debut.
Yeah, and it should be interesting for James. You know, he's not a kid that's not been in the major league, so he has a little bit of a history. You see what he's done in his brief career with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So he shouldn't be extremely nervous. He's just got to be careful not to try to do too much in an initial start. You see him in the Dodger uniform there, and you see the real good McDonald curveball, and that's what we've heard a good bit about. So fastball, curve, changeup, familiarity. He's getting to know the teammates, so a little bit of a workout, pitcher's fielding practice, doing some work with Joe Kerrigan.
Being a former Dodger, he's got familiarity with the National League West, and he's going to have to find a way to slow down this guy. Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies, one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now.
Yeah, and this Rockies team can hit pretty good as a whole when you consider their entire roster, but this guy is absolutely on fire. And every once in a while, you run into a guy who's in the middle of that hot streak, and James McDonald is going to have to deal with him tonight. Carlos Gonzalez will be in center field for Colorado, and he brings his hot bat to the Steel City. McDonald getting set to make his first start as a Bucko. He'll take on left-hander Jeff Francis of Colorado. When we return, ready to dig in.
Standard, Toyota, moving forward. And by your Western PA Honda dealer. PNC for the achiever in us all. By Barrel Automotive, Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. by your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by your Western PA Honda dealer.
What a beautiful night in downtown Pittsburgh, and a great night to get set for game one of a 4-game series between the Rockies and the Pirates. And James McDonald set to make his Pirate debut. Former Los Angeles Dodger delivers to Seth Smith, and we're underway with strike one call. 86 degrees at game time, and it's a very nice night to be at the ballpark. Smith is behind, 0-2. Seth Smith, 281. Part of the outfield rotation for Jim Tracy's Rockies. Often used as a pinch hitter off the bench. 1-2.
Taking a look at long, tall James McDonald out of Long Beach, California. Just down the road from Dodger Stadium, where he did his major league work before becoming a Pirate.
Inside 2-2. I asked James yesterday, growing up in Los Angeles, in the Los Angeles area. He's from Long Beach. Did you like the Dodgers? Did you grow up a Dodger fan? He said, no, not really. How about the Angels? No, not really. I just like certain players. He didn't have a favorite team. Well, he played baseball year-round as a kid there. And he strikes out Seth Smith in an auspicious beginning for James McDonald in a Pirate uniform.
We'll take a look at his numbers. Not a volume of work this year for the Dodgers at the major league level. One start against the San Francisco Giants, but you saw the entire McDonald package there. A real good curveball, struck him out with a change, and also a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So there you have the package on James McDonald. 6'4", 203 pounds, 25-year-old right-hander.
Deals a strike to Clint Barmas, the second baseman. Barmas pops this one up. That will be out of play. It'll make the seats. Let's take a look at the rest of the Rockies lineup. We saw Smith strike out. Barmas at the plate. And in the 3 spot, Carlos Gonzalez. He has been on fire lately. Troy Tulowitzki, Jason Giambi, Miguel Olivo, Brad Hoppe, Ian Stewart, and Jeff Francis, the pitcher, batting 9th.
And we talked about James not trying to do too much to impress the Pirates in this first start as he gets out ahead of that curveball a little bit. Sometimes you'll have a tendency, oh, I've got a new ball club, I've got to dazzle them in the first start, and that's a trap you can fall into. Just be yourself. We know your credentials as a prospect, and just be yourself. Just be yourself. He's the minor league pitcher of the year in the Dodgers organization in 08 and 09, and when you're highly regarded in pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers, you are highly regarded. Simple as that.
2-2 to Barmas. Foul tipped into the glove of Chris Snyder, and he starts the night with 2 strikeouts.
Okay, if you want to dazzle, it's all right. You can do that. Here's the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's a nice, comfortable, easy motion, so that helps the deception. And a lot of giddy-up after kind of a comfortable, kind of a relaxing motion to look at, then you get that high heat. Nice.
Carlos Gonzalez now. 319, 23 homers, 72 runs batted in. Second in the National League in hitting behind Joey Votto on average. Votto left here yesterday.
A lot of strikes here for James. The Rockies as a team ranked second in the National League behind Cincinnati in team batting average.
0-1 now. It's 0-2 as Gonzalez missed that one. See the leaders in the National League. Placido Polanco third. Rafael Furcal of the Dodgers and Marlon Byrd of the Cubs rounding out the top 5 in batting average.
Let's see if they go downstairs below with a curveball. Nope, I want to stay upstairs. 94 miles an hour. Sometimes you get a hitter visually thinking up in that area, and you can get him to chase something by surprise down underneath the strike zone. Still in good shape, 1-2. There it is.
Did he get him? No, says third base umpire Eric Cooper. Gonzalez held the check swing, so the count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He was tempted after those 2 high fastballs. That's a pretty good sequence for a power guy. I wasn't aware that James was going to throw in the 94, 95 mile an hour range, but I'm liking it. Well, getting our first look.
I think he likes it too, the way he's starting. 2-2 pitch, and Gonzalez fouls it away. Well, James McDonald, part of the deal for Octavio Dotel. And last year, one of the major publications considered McDonald the Dodgers' #2 prospect. The #1 prospect was outfielder Andrew Lambeau, who the Pirates also got in that deal, and he is at AA Altoona. Strike 3. What a debut as a Pirate for James McDonald as he strikes out the side swinging.
Wow. Wow. Triple wow.
McDonald, good morning. Good afternoon to Clint Varmus. And good night to Carlos Gonzalez. Pirates coming to bat.
Better, 3 strikeouts. Wow.
Look at the Pirates batting order. McCutchen, Tabata, Neil Walker since the All-Star break hitting .355. One of the top hitting second basemen in baseball right now. Jones, Alvarez, following Millage, Snyder, Cedeno, and McDonald. And a strike is called to Andrew McCutchen. He had a leadoff home run yesterday. And McCutchen with 5 leadoff home runs in his career. Jeff Francis deals and gets him to pop up the pitch. And catcher Miguel Olivo will retire him and quickly one away for the Pirates. McCutchen making the first out.
Yeah, and nobody really remembering. Everybody's still buzzing about the top of the first inning. Jeff Francis, a very, very good left-hander, just getting back into form after missing all of last year with some shoulder surgery. So this is just start number 15. Or his numbers so far this year. But, he has been very, very good since being drafted in the first round. In 2002, ninth player taken over. First full year, he won 14, then 13, then 17 before hurting the shoulder. But he's back in action.
2-0 to Jose Tabata, the left fielder. Fouls that one away, 2-1. Jose's been good over his last dozen or so games. In fact, his last 14 games, he's hitting .379, 22 out of 58. Home run, pair of doubles. Driven in 7 over that time. And he bangs one down to Ian Stewart at third base. He throws him out and 2 are away. Behind Jeff Francis in the field, in the outfield left to right, Seth Smith, Carlos Gonzalez, and Brad Hoff. Ian Stewart just made the play. Tulowitzki at short, Varmus at second, and the veteran Jason Giambi playing first base tonight, Miguel Olivo.
And that was a real nice pick by Stewart at third base. There was an in-between hop. A nice job with that. Jeff Francis, 29 years old, out of Vancouver, British Columbia. And he's a little bit taller than James McDonald, 6'5", 220.
See Neal's 303 average. That's the second highest average in the National League among second basemen. Only Martin Prado has a higher average at 304, the National League second baseman. And considering the year Prado has had, that kind of puts what Walker is doing in perspective since his call-up. 2-0, and this one hit well up in the air to right. Stopping on the warning track is Hop. He'll make the catch, and the Pirates gone in order in the first. No score after one.
Starter role. I always wanted to be a starter in major leagues, and I'm getting that opportunity now to learn how to be a starter. So I'm really excited.
A good word from starting pitcher James McDonald, and so far it's been a good word as he struck out the side to start the first. No scores. We start the top half of the second inning with Steve Blass, Tim Everett with you at PNC Park. Troy Tulowitzki out in front, swings and misses.
And there's the off-speed pitch, the straight change. We've heard, I didn't, as I said, I didn't hear that much about the fastball, but highly rated with the curveball and the change through his work in the minor leagues and early major league stuff. So far, nothing not to like.
And there is that curveball standing the all-star Tulowitzki up.
Yeah, he got it in the strike zone. He'd like to have that lower. That was an okay curveball, not in a great spot, but in the strike zone, but in a hitting area, and Troy took it. Show him some heat now.
He struck him out. First four men to go down on strikes. Nice start.
Hey, you still got time to get down to the ballpark here, folks. As he goes soft with the off-speed pitch with a little movement, the changeup down, kind of moving down and into Tulowitzki. So, wow.
You expected this, didn't you, Steve?
No, I didn't. I was curious, but like that commercial says, I'm loving it. Joe's got to be liking it.
So far, so good. Jason Giambi, 278 average, playing first base tonight. Todd Helton on the bench.
Mike Riley, the crew chief, in back of home plate. James would have liked to have gotten that call, didn't. The veteran.
Up in the air to shallow center, and now backpedaling a little bit as McCutcheon will make the catch for the second out. You mentioned Mike Riley. He's the guy calling the balls and strikes. First base, Bill Miller. Todd Tischner at second, and Eric Cooper is at third. Two down, top of the second, no score. James Zell McDonald His father, of the same name, played tight end for the Los Angeles Rams in the mid-'80s. Had a career-high 2 catches for touchdowns in 1987 while playing for then Rams head coach John Robinson. And they still ran student body right, so the tight ends didn't get thrown to very much. To his dad, professional athlete himself. 0-1 pitch. Outside 1-1 to Miguel Olivo. And there is Chris Resop. He's throwing on the side right now. He was claimed off waivers yesterday from the Atlanta Braves. One of 2 waiver claims. Chan-Ho Park, 17-year veteran, the other, will arrive tomorrow.
Another former Dodger.
2-1 to Olivo. Now it's 2-2.
He has really shown this off-speed pitch nicely and liking that. But what I really like is the easy motion with 94 and 95 miles an hour, because hitters will get enamored with that body movement and won't be ready for the extra speed at the end. Kind of liking that a lot.
Just low, count full to Olivo, the catcher. Well, McDonald waiting to deliver the payoff pitch with 2 outs and nobody on. Got him. 5 strikeouts through 2 innings for James McDonald. Welcome to the Berg, Mr. McDonald. James McDonald putting some K's in the scorebook. Pirates are paying all the service fees. The deal includes any ticket purchased for any of the remaining home games for the rest of the season. Don't miss out on all the promotional nights and post-game concerts, fireworks. For tickets, pirates.com/no fees, but hurry, get your bargain there. That's a great deal. Pirates paying the fees for you. 1-0 to Garrett Jones from Jeff Francis, and he takes the breaking ball. Strike 1, 1-1. Well, 2 innings done for Mr. McDonald, and what about the early reviews?
Old McDonald has a curve. Yeah. You got a change in the fastball, too.
2-1 to Jones.
Mr. Francis has a good curveball. He's won 55 major league games, and he's 3-2 against the Bucks in his 5 previous starts.
Jeff Francis, 29 years of age, 6'5" and 220. Inside again, 3-1. Born in Vancouver. And now makes his home year-round in Denver.
And getting well after that shoulder business. His last 4 starts, he's given up no more than 3 runs. So he's getting it together.
Jones swings and he hammers one deep right field. Way back and gone! Home run, Garrett Jones. That's his 15th. And the Pirates on the board. It's 1-0.
And that's one everybody can enjoy because it's deep and it's high and it takes a long time. Everybody enjoying that flight. Flight number 46 heading out of Pittsburgh toward the river.
Right in the wheelhouse.
Yep. That's pretty. Long, high look for everybody to enjoy.
5th home run Francis has given up this season. Pedro Alvarez at the plate. No balls and a strike. And he fouls this one away behind 0-2.
Let's look at it again. That's fun. A lot to like about it as you watch Garrett Jones watching the flight, including the fact that it's a home run for left-handed hitting Garrett Jones off a left-hand pitcher. That's always a plus also.
Alvarez down on strikes, one away. Pirates are on the board thanks to the home run by Garrett Jones. Safe Auto reminds you you're safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure.
Well, so far tonight we got things that everybody likes. We got our guys striking everybody out, and we got our first baseman hitting the ball over the fence. What a nice start to a beautiful evening.
Lastings Millage takes inside. Millage hitting .275. 3 home runs, 32 runs batted, and doesn't have a hit against the Rockies this season. Rockies lost 2 of 3 to the Pirates in Colorado on the last road trip. Millage lines this one to left. That's a base hit. Thrillage with a big turn. Gets back to first base. A 1-out single for Lastings Millage. The Pirates won the first 2 games of that series, lost the last one, and that's when the Rockies started to get hot. And Carlos Gonzalez has been a big reason for it. And 1-2 against the Pirates, and since 4-1. The runs per game up by almost 3 a game. Batting average up 21 points a game. Chris Snyder, he pops one up out of play. 0-1 to the new catcher.
Well, you always have the feeling that the Rockies are going to score a lot of runs and produce a lot of offense. I mean, that's been their history since they came into being. When they get some decent pitching, they've proven to be a force. And nobody, I don't think in the history of baseball put on a push like they did that one year when I think it was 22 out of 23 or something to run the table at the end of the year. That was just phenomenal.
A strike is called, and they had to go to a game number 163 that year. They played the San Diego Padres, and they still disputed a game-winning run scored by Matt Holliday. Padres don't like the subject. Rockies love it. Jim Tracy took over last year in late May for Clint Hurdle. Been the skipper there for a long period of time. Hurdle now the hitting coach for the Texas Rangers. He may have paid some dividends there because the Rangers are hitting everything.
There's a good man right there, Don Baylor. I got to know him a little bit as the manager of the Rockies. He's a good trooper, good pro.
Stretch by Francis, and the 1-2. Snyder swings and strikes out. Second strikeout for Francis. 2 men out. And the batter will be Ronnie Cedeno. Cedeno coming up. And you know you're a young franchise when you have a 29-year-old left-hander who is the winningest left-hander in franchise history. He's got 55 career victories coming into this one tonight.
As we said, always a lot of offense for the Rockies. Pitching has been an issue a good bit of the time.
Mentioned his 17-9 season. That was in 2007, year the Rockies played Boston in the World Series. And Pedro Estacio in 1999 also had 17 wins. Kevin Ritz in 96 had 17, went 17-11 like Estacio did. And this year, Ubaldo Jimenez, who the Pirates will miss on this trip, he pitched yesterday. He's 17-2, so he's set to become the single season win leader for the Rockies with his next win. Cedeno 1-1 now.
But how about Mr. James McDonald? He beat Ubaldo Jimenez, so he's got that in his back pocket.
Sure does.
Which is nice.
He's on deck. It's a neat shot right there.
Well, they missed each other.
I think they've got the distance in between.
It's not their first clam bake. They've done this before. Out of the Gateway Clipper fleet.
There's Ubaldo Jimenez.
Nice to be sitting around after winning your 17th. How about the day after you win as a major league starter? That's a fun, easy, comfortable day.
Cedeno skies this one down the line. This will be a tough play, and it drops in. A break for Cedeno. 3 Rockies converged on it. Tulowitzki, Stewart, and Smith, and they played a little I don't want it, you take it, and it bounced in for a foul ball.
Everybody looking up and then everybody looking away. I think the ball girl had the best chance of making the play, and she was gone.
It's the old I got it, I don't got it. See if Ronnie can make him pay. 1-2. And he does. He hammers it down the left field line, and it is gone. A home run for Ronnie Cedeno. A 2-run shot. He just tucked it over the wall in the left field corner. Millard scores. It is a 3-0 Pirates lead.
Well, you didn't think too much about that missed pop-up. It was going to be a tough play. They didn't make it, and as fate would have it, they had to pay the price, and that's that inexpensive home run, just kind of tucked around the foul pole. Breaking ball down and in, and then up and out. Watch this shot. Follow the flying baseball around the foul pole into the home run seats. Nice.
3-run lead for McDonald is at the plate, and for Ronnie Cedeno, home run number 6. Nice pop in the bat. Line drive down the line and out of here. Strike to McDonald. He's behind 0-2.
Everybody deserves a second chance. And that is so nice. Out of your number 8 spot after a missed pop-up, that is really putting you in the bonus round.
McDonald, a looper to center field, hanging up there, and Tulowitzki makes a nice grab. But the Pirates put 3 up. Dial long distance twice. Jones with his 15th, and Cedeno with his 6th.
first Pirates start. Strikeout. 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 And one more. 5 strikeouts, first 6 outs. James McDonald. That's our PNC achievement. Brought to you by PNC for the achiever in us all. So far, a lot of fun at the ballpark.
All these strikeouts are boring. Record for the most strikeouts in a Pirates debut. Dick Hall had 11 in 1955 against the Cubs on the 24th of July. Facing Brad Hopp. Hopp has 7 home runs this year. All of them have been solo home runs. The production for Hopp is down. Just 37 runs batted in.
Dick Hall, you know, it's something with old Pirates and not so much current Pirates, but Bob Prince had a nickname for everybody. It was Turkey Hall. Dick Turkey Hall.
Turkey Hall.
He was tall and gangly, and for whatever reason, Bob Prince gave him that nickname. And he had the nicknames for all the other guys, but I remember Turkey Hall.
Bill Verdon told me during spring training this year about how Prince gave him the nickname Quail. Told me that story, but everybody had one. 2-1 pitch. And that's a strike on the corner, 2-2. What was yours?
Well, I had various ones. Jackrabbit, Goofy, you know, all the appropriate nicknames. Nothing very, very historic.
Chris Snyder just
bad gloves.
Well, he's got a selection.
This is the big leagues. We got a lot of gloves.
You don't like that glove? Go get your choice of 2 more.
Speaking of long, gangly pitchers, I had a chance to spend a little time with Nellie King, former Pirate pitcher and broadcaster. And Nellie sends along his best up at Friendship Village in the South Hills. Dave and Jenny Justy and myself, we went over and spent a little time.
Well, maybe he should have taken the other glove. That one didn't catch him.
All right, yeah. Dave Justy signed autographs. Alumni autograph Thursday or Wednesday or whatever it was yesterday. What is today?
Yesterday
Thursday?
was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Just to clarify.
Thank you. FSM T-shirt Thursday.
Another strikeout. Number 6 for McDonald as Hopp goes down swinging.
They've got to be aware of that fastball with that life on it. One of the things that makes this possible is that he's thrown a lot of strikes. You know, he's not been behind in the count, I don't believe, except for the payoff pitch that he threw earlier. But that fastball's got a lot of finish after a very kind of leisurely windup. Nice combination. Easy windup, fastball. J-Mac.
Throwing a strike. First 6 out of 7. And make that 7 out of 8 as Ian Stewart takes strike 1.
How about that? You know you've made it when you've got your name. Now, we used to write it in with a Sharpie or a laundry thing. Now they got it embroidered.
There is a base hit. First hit for the Rockies. Millage will get this one back in. Stewart with a big turn. And a single for the number 8 hitter, third baseman Ian Stewart. That'll bring up the pitcher, Jeff Francis. Well, if McDonald keeps striking out guys, you'll remember what day it is.
Mm-hmm.
Francis is 1 out of 19. He strike out a lot, puts the ball in play, so he'll be putting it in play with a bunt, he hopes. He does. And McDonald throws him out. They take the out there. 2 men out on the sacrifice. Scored 1-3, and Ian Stewart goes down to second base. Seth Smith will be the hitter. Stewart aboard at second and scoring position. 3-0 Pirates. We're in the top half of the third. Seth Smith, pretty good athlete. Interesting connection, I guess you'd say, between Seth Smith and Todd Helton. Both players former quarterbacks in the SEC. Helton at Tennessee and Smith at Ole Miss. And they both backed up brothers who are now stars in the NFL. Helton backed up Peyton Manning, and Smith backed up Eli Manning. 1-0.
Now, what's going to be the situation when Paul Mulholland was pitching later in this series? Faces Seth Smith, Mississippi stuff going on.
Bulldogs and the Rebels will be going at it. Incidentally, Paul Mulholland scheduled to pitch Sunday. The Rockies before the game. Jim Tracy telling me that Aaron Cook has been placed on the disabled list with turf toe. He was the scheduled pitcher on Sunday. 1-1. And that is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. And they need to get him some rest and get that thing healed. But Cook on the DL. Chris Nelson has been recalled from AAA. And about 2 hours before game time, Nelson had not arrived. He was delayed on his flight out of Colorado Springs. So they're bringing in an infielder. And later in this series, they plan to announce what they will do for a starter on Sunday against Mulholland.
McDonald's still very, very good, but you're seeing him every once in a while get out in front with the body, that curveball. That prevents it from getting downstairs. If the body's out in front, the arm really can't get up over the top and bring that spin and release down lower.
And a walk. Seth Smith works a walk. 2 men on. And 2 men out for Colorado in the top half of the third.
Now, keep in mind, McDonald, it's just in the third inning, but McDonald has been pitching primarily out of the bullpen. His start was July 19th. But he was starting, of course, in the minor league, so he's used to being out there. So certainly no issues about that, even though his work with the Dodgers was out of the bullpen.
Barmes fouls the first pitch away. Barmes struck out of the first. Everybody struck out of the first. Smith, Barmes, and Gonzalez.
Now you wonder if there's a little adrenaline involved in the first. Those fastballs were 94, 95. Now he's in that 93 range, which is still fine. Nothing wrong with 93. Go out on the Parkway and watch cars going by 93 miles an hour.
Quick. Pitch low, 1-1 to Barmes. Barmes.
That's one of my favorite Bob Watt quotes.
Is that right?
Yeah. You think 86? That's slow? Go out on the Parkway and watch somebody going by you 86 miles an hour. That brought it home.
2 balls and 1 strike. Bob might know what it's
like.
Well,
he knows about speed.
Yeah.
He's a racer.
He's a racer.
Race car driver.
He drives 95, 96 occasionally.
On the track.
Yeah, most of the time on the track. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I got to talk to Bob about driving home tonight now.
And a swing and a miss. 2-2.
Change up. And Barmes out in front, thinking he's going to get some heat, perhaps. Way out in front.
Well, McDonald facing Barmes here, 2 on and 2 out.
Yep.
Strike 3. He extends his career high to 7 strikeouts. He's got at least 2 every inning. 3-0 Pirates. A pair of home runs have provided the runs. Garrett Jones and Ronnie Cedeno going deep off Jeff Francis in a 3-run second inning. Millage had a base hit and came around to score on Cedeno's round tripper. Andrew hit his 9th yesterday. 9 solo home runs for Andrew McCutchen. It's expected more when you're a leadoff guy, I guess. At least one time that you come up, nobody's on for sure. You know that.
For the one time. Yep, I'll give you that. Takes the heat off Garrett Jones last year. Remember, we were all talking about solo home runs for Garrett. Well, he's off the hook now.
Well, Jeff Karsten's being looked at. What happened there? And a strike is called to McCutchen. Let's see here. Oh, don't get up too quickly. That's a hard hat area down there. And McCutchen bangs one deep to left. He's got Smith turned around. It bounces off the wall. And McCutchen will stop at second base with a leadoff double. His 21st double of the season.
Got him turned around because the ball had no height on it. It was the line drive, and that made it difficult for Seth in left field. That ball was blistered. Not too much adjustment time. If you don't make the first move correctly, then you can get twisted around like that.
Just cruising into second base for another extra base hit. McCutchen 1 for 2. He's in scoring position for Jose Tabata. Tabata grounded out to Ian Stewart at third in the first inning. Tabata up in the air to right center field. And McCutchen's going to tag. Oh, collision, but Hawk comes up with it. And McCutchen into third base easily.
Yep. From the time that ball left the bat, that was going to put Andrew at third base.
Hopp and Carlos Gonzalez weren't sure who was going to get this ball. And you can see where Gonzalez is calling for it. Center fielder's got priority, right?
Yep. Usually he's the captain of the outfield. It's so funny, Tim. It's just such a completely different feel tonight in this ballpark compared to yesterday. I mean, there's energy, there's some pitching, there's some hitting. Yesterday was just kind of a flatliner, but this is fun so far. You know, you don't know how it's going to play out, but there's a good feel here at the ballpark tonight compared to yesterday afternoon. It can change that quickly. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. It can look so difficult on a given day. Not much happening, and the next night or day it can be completely changed.
1-0. That's a strike to Neil Walker. No, the Rockies have had the Pirates have had success against the Rockies here at PNC Park. At this ballpark all time, the Pirates are 21-13 against them.
Find a way, Neil. Get it out of the infield.
Walker to right field and shallow. And that's going to drop in for a hit. An RBI for Neil Walker. McCutchen scores. It is 4-0 Pirates.
Well, you can nickname him the Quail then. That's a little guy in Quail to right field. That works. A little manufacturing operation. Leadoff double, sacrifice fly, a little base hit dropped into right field.
Well, the new Quail. He wears the Quail's number too, number 18.
That's right.
Comes around again. Another run scored for him this season. He's starting to rack those up. 4-0 Bucks. Here's Jones, and he takes outside for a ball.
Garrett Jones almost found his way to the river in his first at bat. Long, towering, majestic home run. Too bad the Majestic wasn't floating by.
Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence?
That would be something. Hit it in the river next to the Majestic. He's capable.
Garrett hit one in the river this year on opening day. One of his 2 home runs bounced and went in the water. There have been 28 home runs hit into the Allegheny, only 1 in the air. Darrell Ward had that one. That was a 479-foot blast off Kip Wells while playing with the Astros on the 6th of July back in 2002. That's a poke to get it in the water.
I'd have been proud to throw that distance. I think I did to Willie McCovey more than once.
You think so? Is that why they named the cove after him?
Could be.
It's pulled right off the facing of the dugout. Let's check out tonight's Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Garrett Jones, the pitch. Fastball, maybe mediocre fastball, perhaps a slider, but Jeff Francis knows that it is gone.
It's a top row home run.
Indeed.
That's the Cold Hard Blast, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Walker off first. 1-2. Bang to right and a base hit. And Walker is going to hit for third. Hop's got a good arm. Here's the throw. It's cut off and back to first. Jones is gone.
Oh boy.
Well, instead of having runners at the corners and 1 out, now a man at third and 2 men down. And the batter's Pedro Alvarez.
Just a flat out mistake. You've got the play in front of you. You're making your turn right now. Tulowitzki goes up in the air to get it. That might have given Garrett the idea that the ball was going to continue on. It didn't, and he's out.
Alvarez looks at a curveball.
You want to feel good about your first 2 at bats, a home run and a base hit. You do that, and it takes the blush off the rose.
1, that's a strike. He wanted to, then didn't want to, and it turned out it was a strike. Garrett Jones knows he made a mistake. That's certainly one thing about the 2 players who were involved in the relay, Brad Hoppe and Troy Tulowitzki, both with gifted arms. Strike 3 called. Alvarez didn't get the bat off the shoulder. He struck out twice tonight and leaves Walker at third, but the Pirates get another run on 3 hits as McCutchen came in to score. 4-0 Bucks after 3.
To you by AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day.
Back here at PNC Park with Steve Blass. I'm Tim Neverett. Pirates behind James McDonald in his Pirates debut with a 4-0 lead as we start the top half of the 4th inning. Carlos Gonzalez looks at ball 1. 7 strikeouts right now, career high for James McDonald, and we're just in the top of the fourth. Gonzalez, one of those strikeout victims, as he ended the first swing. Takes a strike there, 1-1.
Certainly not afraid to go soft with that changeup. Basically, we've heard that he's working on a slider, but still just the basic trio, the fastball, curve, change. So far, it's been plenty. Again, a little out in front, not getting that curveball down as much as he did against his first 3 or 4 batters.
Well, McDonald, a Southern California kid, Steve, out of Long Beach, and went to Long Beach Poly High School, home of the Jackrabbits. That's their nickname.
Good, like it.
And Gonzalez fouls it away. And the thing about Long Beach Poly that people may not understand is the athletic programs there have been unbelievable over the years. Long Beach Poly has sent more players out of that high school to the NFL than any other high school in the country.
More than Moeller out of Cincinnati.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they've sent a lot of baseball players to the major leagues as well. James McDonald is one of them. Ground ball to the right side. Garrett Jones will handle it. Tosses to McDonald, covering down by a step.
You know, if I have my memory right, too, that either Bob Bailey or Tommy Sisk, who teammates of mine, early 60s with the Pirates, went to Cal Poly High.
Players.
One or both of them went to Cal Poly.
Well, the Gwynn brothers went there. Tony and Chris Gwynn. Chase Utley went there. Milton Bradley.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah,
well,
the actress. Yeah.
Thought that popped into my head.
Well, no, she did go there. Tennis player Billie Jean King went there. One of your favorite artists, Snoop Dogg, went there.
But how did he do scholastically?
His transcripts aren't made public in California, I guess. 1-0. And a sharply hit single to right field by Tulowitzki. Who else went there? Who was a good athlete? Is Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Graduated there.
I thought he should have won that fight against Sylvester, but Sylvester wrote the script.
Yeah. Well, he did win the first one.
He did win the first one?
He won the first one.
Okay.
I thought you watched movies.
I did. I watched all the Rocky movies, all 12 of them.
Jason Giambi. Ground ball to first. Should be 2. Cedeno to McDonald covering. Double play. Nice job again by McDonald in the field.
And against the right guy, Jason Giambi has never been a burner on the base pass, and he's a little older now, so very comfortably with time to spare. Nicely done.
Lasting's Millage. He swings at the first offering of the bottom of the fourth. Skies it to left field. Smith underneath it. One pitch and one away. This day in Pirates history presented by our friends at Day Automotive. August 5th, 1977, the Pirates sweep a doubleheader in Cincinnati, 12-1 and 10-6. Dave Parker, 2 home runs. He drove in 5 in Game 1. Frank Tavares hit his first Major League home run.
That's the headline right there.
Game 2. That's Day Automotive, this day in Pirates history.
It's cruel what they used to do to Frankie in batting practice.
What was that?
Our producer, Pete Tome, might appreciate this. At Wrigley Field, they used to bring everybody in on the infield when Frankie took batting practice at Wrigley, even when the wind was blowing out a gale. It was just cruel and harsh.
Snyder pops this one up. That'll make the seats. Yeah, are you saying that our producer Pete couldn't hit one out of the infield? Is that what you mean? Or?
Pete's got power to all fields.
First base, second base, and third base?
Nope, all fields.
Okay.
Go deep. Because you got to be a little angry as a hitter. Pete was an angry hitter, and that's good.
Tulowitzki gloves it. And rifles one over to Giambi. Snyder is gone. 2 away in the fourth. Did your home run go in the basket?
No, my home run was just short of Lake Michigan.
Was it?
Yep.
You know, it was funny. I was thinking of you yesterday when I was talking to James McDonald about his Major League debut, which he made here at PNC Park on the 17th of September 2008. He said he remembered everything about it. His first man he faced in the big leagues was Ryan Dolman, and he struck him out.
He had 2 strikeouts, I think, in that one inning he pitched.
And he struck out Adam LaRoche next, and then got an out from Brandon Moss. Those were his first 3 hitters. But it just reminded me of things that you've told me in the past, so you remember everything about him.
Yep. Special days.
Throws out Cedeno. Took Jeff Francis just 7 pitches to get through the bottom of the fourth. Heading to the fifth, 4-0 Pirates. Performance came on the 5th of August, 1979, when Pete Rose collected his 2,427th career single, setting a new National League record. The mark previously held former Pirate Honus Wagner. Sir Kevin Woodstein, legendary performance.
And you talk about a hitter with an angry attitude. Pete Rose, he wanted to beat you. There's the good curveball. Now James didn't rush that one and held the body back and let the arm come over the top, threw him a nice hook. Yeah, Pete always had that game face on. He was fun to compete against, Pete Rose. I'd love to get him out.
Miguel Olivo behind 0-2 now. Did Pete come up as a second baseman?
He did. They always used to say little Pete Rose. Pete was 6'1", about 200 pounds. Nothing all that little about Pete. Pete could tell you every pitch that was ever thrown to him in his career.
Here's the 1-2. Regardless of your opinion of the Pete Rose situation, the one thing that you can't take away is his performance on the field, what he did.
There's the hook again.
That is strikeout number 8.
Putting on a show, James. Just keep it going. Is that? Yeah, nice downer. Yep, Pete played the game the way it should be played. Good looking line for James. Just terrific so far.
Well, McDonald, even though he's a Southern California kid, was playing for the Dodgers. He's happy to be here in Pittsburgh because he wants to be with a team that wants him. I mean, he was just a piece of the bullpen in L.A. And here he gets into the starting rotation right away. Neil Huntington saying when they acquired him at the trading deadline, I remember hearing Neil talk on the phone about it to the media, saying that they looked at him as a starter immediately and wanted to get him back into starting, and maybe they had something.
Last appearance against the Padres on the 29th of July. A couple of innings, couple strikeouts. He was picked up right where he left off.
Two ball, one strike offering to Brad Hawk.
Close, but no cigar.
Didn't miss by much.
Oh, every once in a while you'll get this call. There are times you won't. Boy, look pretty good.
3-2 now.
Be interesting, the pitch selection here, because Olivo is still behind on that swing, even though he was in the driver's seat expecting a fastball, still behind on it. So do you come back with a fastball again on the full count delivery? One finger.
It's tap foul. We'll have another opportunity to get him here.
Looks like A-Rod has relaxed after hitting his 600th. Goes deep again tonight.
One number 19. Three-two pitch to the right side. Jones had to go a long way to get it. Plants his feet, makes a nice throw, and he retires Brad Hawk. You've mentioned A-Rod. How about our AT&T mobility trivia question? AT&T rethink possible. The gap between Alex Rodriguez's 599th and 600th home runs, 46 at bats. Who has the second longest gap between number 599 and 600? Now, keep in mind, 7 guys have done it.
It's got to be Frankie Torres or something.
Not Frankie Torres. I'll tell you that right now. He had one, a doubleheader against Cincy, but no, 7 guys have done it. Rodriguez being the 7th, so you got a choice of 6 other guys.
Okay.
Who have the longest gap between 5
I've got my. I'm going to write down my.
The 6 others. I'll tell you who they are. We'll do multiple choice. Right?
Okay.
Ian Stewart.
He's one of them?
No.
Okay.
He had a base hit, and he's at the plate. He's got a long way to go.
Well, you said you were going to say the list. Come on.
I was, but I'm trying to follow the game as well.
I'm locked in on this.
Okay. Here's the 1-1. And Stewart takes inside. Well, Barry Bonds is one. Hank Aaron. Babe Ruth. Willie Mays. Ken Griffey Jr. and Sammy Sosa. You have those 6 to choose from.
See my guess.
I saw what you wrote down, and you wrote it down before I gave the multiple choice. So I think you.
I crossed Stewart off.
I'll be onto something. Well, I'm glad you did. I crossed Frank Tavares off my list.
I've got a backup guess too on pitching like that.
You got 6 guys to choose from, and you're picking 2.
Actually 3. No, I'm going with the first choice.
I'll tell you one guy who it wasn't.
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. So now that narrows it down to 5. 2-2. It's inside the count, full 3-2. 92 miles an hour on the fastball from McDonald. A-Rod hit his 600th at 35 years and 8 days. In the air to left center. That is going to curl over toward Tabata. Will make the catch, and that'll do it for the Rockies in the top half of the fifth. Pirates a 4-0 lead at PNC Park. Pirates on FSN, and they are leading the Colorado Rockies by a 4-0 score. Bottom of the fifth inning. James McDonald will lead off on the top of the order. McCutchen and Tabata do up against left-hander Jeff Francis. And quickly 0-2 to McDonald. McDonald has struck out 8 opposing hitters tonight, and that equals Ross Ohlendorf's mark of 8 on the 2nd of July against Philadelphia for the most number of opposing hitters struck out in a single game in 2010. 1-2, and that one inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, I will go out on a limb and saying that on the top of the 6th inning, he will go ahead of Ross.
He strikes out, 1 away.
He's going to face his mound opponent. Not a lock, but.
Well, we asked you a trivia question last half inning. AT&T mobility trivia question. Gap between Alex Rodriguez, 599 and 600 home runs. 46 is
Sammy Sosa.
You like Sammy Sosa? How about Willie Mays?
That's wrong. That's dead wrong. I know it was Sosa. Yep. Good try.
Just because you wrote it down?
Okay, wrong again.
Mays was one of the 6 I gave you in the multiple choice.
He was. Yep. Takes your guesses and buys your tickets. Sometimes it works.
Don't worry, there's always tomorrow. Get them next time. McCutchen had a leadoff double in the 3rd inning, came around to score. Chops this one foul. The 600 home run club. Barry Bonds leads them all. Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, Ken Griffey Jr., Sammy Sosa. Now Alex Rodriguez joins them. I think A-Rod's got a chance. He's just 35. A young 35. Do you have a chance to catch Barry?
I think he's a lock.
Needs 163 more to pass Barry.
And could get it before his 40th birthday. The reason I think that is because I think there's enough inexperienced pitchers that will come up now.
Couple of hops to Tulowitzki. Throws out the speedy McCutcheon.
I'm glad we're going to show Willie's 600th because I was wondering if I had thrown it.
Did you? Do you see yourself?
There's Willie. Who knows where the ball went?
That is the Zapruder film of baseball right there. We're glad to say that none of the guys who shoot Pirates baseball today were shooting that one. Looking at the glove of Chris Snyder, that's the newer one that he put on tonight. Just changing it, second inning. Like the addition of Chris Snyder behind the plate, adds some depth and
some surgery.
Yeah, they're doing some glove surgery.
We had a pitcher, Bob Patterson, left-hand guy out of the bullpen, sometime starter. He was known as Dr. Glove, the glove doctor.
He was the guy you bring him to get him stitched.
Mm-hmm.
You know who can do it in a not individually, but if your kid's glove breaks and you need to get it redone, find a cobbler, find a shoe guy. He'll do it for you. It's played by Barmas. Tabata's down for the second straight inning. Francis gets the Pirates in order. James McDonald coming back out with a 4-0 lead. Look at the Coors Light freeze can and a little communication breakdown in right center field. Carlos Gonzalez calling for it. Brad Hopp says, I got it anyway.
How does he know, though? His eyes closed.
That's the Coors Light freeze can, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Jeff Francis, second time up. Sacrifice bunt in the third. Here he leads off the sixth with a swinging strike. That is strike two.
Well, the various options for James right now. Just don't throw it in the strike zone. You might have it automatic. Hold on to the baseball. Okay, didn't do it. Good idea to stay out of the strike zone. You might chase anything close.
Toward the middle, Cedeno with a great glove stop, and unable to get back to the bag is Garrett Jones. A base hit for Jeff Francis.
Spectacular stop by Ronnie Cedeno. And probably didn't realize at that point after the stop he had even more time. pulls Garrett off the base.
Garrett needed a leg extension to stay on the bag there, but a nice stop anyway by Cedeno. Good effort. Man aboard for Seth Smith, the leadoff hitter, left fielder.
You got to give up the base and go get the baseball.
Yep.
Simple as that. That was an unlikely scenario. I thought he had him in a bad spot there, 0-2 with the kind of stuff he's throwing tonight.
Yeah, Francis does make contact. He doesn't get a lot of hits, but he puts the ball in play. Smith could be two. Walker to Cedeno. Double play. Second one the Bucks have pulled off, and that erases the hit by Francis. 2 down, nobody on.
This has been a very tidy ball game so far, Tim, in that the offense has been the quick strike variety and a whole lot of pitching on both sides now. Did you watch the double play? Here's tailor-made. 4. Chest high feet, and then a good throw, and simple as that.
Now Clint Barnes, second baseman, will be the hitter, and they've become a pretty good double play combination. And for Neil Walker, not having a lot of experience,
they're two athletes. I think that's the foundation. Two good athletes.
He's done a great job. He is looking forward to spring training and going into spring training as a second baseman and getting the opportunity to work with one of the greatest second basemen of all time, Bill Mazeroski, who's a special instructor. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. How about the first pitch strike, Steve? 14 out of 20.
Good stuff. That's everything you see you like so far, James. The only thing that Maz won't like about Neil Walker is his glove. It's too clean. It's too new
Mess
looking.
it up a little.
Yeah. Maz's glove used to look like a cow pie.
Base hit. Well, we talked about gloves. How about the Pirates and what they've been doing this afternoon? Before tonight's game, the Pirates collected new and used baseball and softball equipment on Federal Street to benefit the Pittsburgh RBI program. Pirates pitcher Paul Maholm and Baseball Tomorrow Fund Representative Megan Chisholm were presented a $5,000 grant to the Pittsburgh RBI program to enable the organization to purchase new equipment. RBI Director Charles Saunders and kids from the RBI teams are there to accept the check. Thanks to all who took part, and Pirates in the community very strong. And what the focus is with the RBI program is returning baseball to the inner cities. That's what RBI stands for. And Pirates very much involved in supporting, and they support that program heavily. Carlos Gonzalez, 2 outs and a man aboard. Takes the ball. For 2. He has risen among the league leaders in several categories offensively. Batting average number 2 in the league, behind Joey Votto, Cincinnati. 5th in home runs with 23, 6th in RBIs with 72.
Former Oakland A. A decent year last year with Rockies.
Well, and he was the key piece of the Matt Holliday trade when the Rockies sent Holliday to Oakland before Oakland sent Holliday to St. Louis. 126 hits, 3rd in hits. And the guys in front of him pretty good. Martin Prado, Brandon Phillips, both having all-star years. But he has been a terrific pickup. And when Dexter Fowler plays center field, he'll move over to play left field. Fowler not in the lineup tonight.
The hot bat, very dangerous all the time when you're on this kind of run, but especially so when you're heading to count 2-0.
And 3-0.
1 walk issued so far by James, one of his 8 strikeouts.
Will Ledesma is up.
And again, his last start, July 19th.
Strike is called, 3-1.
Pitch count as he works here in the 6th inning. Probably around 80, 85, 86.
Yep. comes the 3-1 to Gonzalez. Fouled away. 3-2. Full count to Gonzalez. Farmas at first base will be running with the pitch. And a chance to come back from a 3-0 count for James McDonald against Rockies outfielder Carlos Gonzalez.
And what does Gonzalez look for here? He's going to look for the fastball. You got to protect with the fastball. Let's start with that premise. He just throws too hard. If you don't look for the fastball, and you would never catch up to it. You're going to see it.
Here it comes. Well, back.
See, looking for it 93 miles an hour. Still not quite catching up to it. That age-old question, can you get that 95-mile-an-hour fastball past every major league hitter? The answer is no. 93, 94, 95, any of those. If they're looking for it, not all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time.
To center field, and waiting for it, Andrew McCutcheon. James McDonald is through 6 innings. He's given up 4 hits, no runs, and he has struck out 8. 4-0 Pirates. Indianapolis acquired in the deal for Javier Lopez from San Francisco. Those are their minor league numbers this year. Andrew Lambeau, part of the deal with the Dodgers to get James McDonald for Octavio Dotel with Altoona. 271 this year, 50 games in the minors. Neil Walker leads off, had an RBI single in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2. 4-0 Bucks. Bauker and Martinez won't get an opportunity to play tonight for Indy. Playing the Durham Bulls tonight, but they rained out there. So they get an extra night off. Altoona leading Akron 2-0 in the 5th tonight. And Walker bangs one down toward the left field corner, and that's going to go off the wall. Around first, heading for second is Neil Walker. He'll pull in with his 17th double of the season and his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Another multiple hit night for Neil Walker. And I'll tell you something, Tim. When he's getting his hits, I don't see a lot of cheap ones. Now, he had a little flare earlier in this ball game, but he is striking the baseball with good authority. Hitting it on the button a lot of times. Got the flare tonight, but this one is tattooed. It's hit so hard it doesn't have a chance to hook foul.
That's the 20th multiple hit game for Neil Walker. Garrett Jones is 2 for 2, a home run and a single. He whacks one deep to right field, but it'll hang up there for Brad Hott. Tagging from second and hustling for third is Walker. He's going to be in. So a purposeful out as Jones flies to right, but Walker able to move safely to third base with 1 out.
I thought Garrett Jones got this ball real good, but he didn't, obviously. It just kind of died out there. But enough distance to get Neal over to third. You'd love to add on. The way James is pitching, every run you add on at this point feels like more to the Rockies. Neal tagging up.
You sold me the way you jumped out of your chair.
Guilty as charged.
Alvarez has struck out twice, looking to make contact and get a hit.
Well, they did this program like this in the third inning after the Andrew McCutchen double.
And to the right side and through a base hit, an RBI single. Walker will score. It is 5-0 Pirates.
Nice job, Pedro, off the left-hand, quality starting pitcher in the National League. A couple of strikeouts. Yep, he got you a couple times. You got him here, and that hurts because that is the add-on program that you want to have happen. Now, Bob Apodaca coming out to talk with Jeff Francis.
Pedro Alvarez, RBI number 23. That's got to feel good for James McDonald as he gets the run support tonight in his Pirates debut.
Yep, it's got to feel good for Pedro to get that base hit off a quality lefty, too. It doesn't feel good for Jim Tracy.
Well, if you're traveling this season, you can take the Pirates with you. What you do? Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Pirates game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. Pirates can be seen at MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. McDonald sitting down as Will Ledesma continues to warm up. So the question is, will we see McDonald on the hill in the 7th? Starting to look likely like perhaps we won't. Village takes a strike. Lasting's a single and a run scored in the second inning. He flying out on the first pitch he saw in the 4th to left. One, and that's pulled foul off the tarp. A little while ago, McDonald shaking hands with his catcher.
Could that be it? Usually that's many times, not all the time, that's an indication that the young man's evening is done.
Millage has hit safely in 32 of his last 41 starts. Hung on to by Miguel Olivo for strike 3. Village down on strikes.
Number 5 for Francis.
Well, the helmet came right off. You can get your helmet this Sunday. Pirates and Rockies at 1:35. It's another Kids Day at the ballpark. Family Fun Zone pregame on Federal Street starts at 11 o'clock. Kids get to run the bases postgame thanks to HK Pretzels. Kids 14 and under get a replica batting helmet courtesy of Trip Total Media. Pirates.com to get your tickets. Good looking helmet.
Looks like the old original.
What I like about the helmets, we saw them earlier in the week. They actually, I know you stuffed yours under your arm and walked out of the room, but they've got the sheets of gold numbers that come with them. You can put your own number on the helmet. Do what you want with it. It's pretty. It's a nice accessory, but those helmets look real good. Snyder will take a strike. Chris Snyder as a catcher catching James McDonald for the very first time. It didn't seem like it was much of an issue, however.
No, they haven't missed a beat. 6 zeros put up by the Pirate battery.
Snyder pops this one up. Foul back out of play.
And Chris, too familiar with the Rockies, having faced them and seen them a good bit. National League. And both teams got to be easier for him.
McDonald, too, with the Dodgers.
Yep.
So they've game planned for a divisional opponent in Colorado in the past.
I like their game plan a lot.
Nothing into the count. 2 down. Alvarez at first. Francis deals outside. 1-2. If you talk to pitchers, they say they should have the. They should be able to call the game themselves, of course, with help from the catcher. Catchers say, no, we need to call it.
We do, actually. You call your own pitches by throwing the pitch that you endorse, that you agreed with that pitch, or if you don't like it, you shake them off.
Manny Corpus loosening up for Colorado. 1-2. And Snyder gets one past Tulowitzki into left center field. Alvarez will turn head to third. Buccos with runners at the corners and 2 outs.
That's one of those balls that looked like it had that English. You know, you talk about right-hand batters hooking the ball a little bit. That ball looked like it took a bounce and spun away from Troy. Look, he's got that ball measured right here. And I think it just had some English on it, reverse English. And as a result of that, Jim Tracy's going to make a pitching change.
Chris Snyder gets his first hit of the ball game, and that chases Jeff Francis, the starter for Colorado. Our Columbia Gas 8-1-1 call to the pen has been made. Francis is out. Manny Corpus is in.
Appearances. Jeff goes 5 2/3. He's given up 5 runs to this point on 9 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Responsible for the runners.
Corpus was used as a closer at one time with Colorado.
That's 10.
Two balls, no strikes to Ronnie Cedeno.
Ronnie having a couple calls go his way. Get out in front 2-0.
3-0 now to Cedeno. Andy LaRoche in the on-deck circle, so McDonald is indeed done. We will not see him in the 7th. It would appear. All signs point in that direction.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, hey, why this guy's got to shut up, it's not just the Pirates, folks. It's all around baseball. It's what they do these days.
He walked him. First walk issued by Colorado pitching. Francis didn't walk anybody.
Now, wait a minute.
Well, LaRoche is going back in the dugout. And here comes Jeff Clement, who's been red hot as a pinch hitter since being recalled from AAA on Saturday. Clement has a couple of home runs. Bob Apodaca, the pitching coach for Colorado, comes out to give the report on Clement now to Corpus. But since he came up Saturday in St. Louis off Mitchell Boggs, say hello and say goodbye to that one. Got a base hit the next day, Sunday. And his first home run at PNC Park against the Cincinnati Reds yesterday. He has 7 homers, 1 at PNC, 6 on the road. Went down to the minor leagues, made some adjustments to his swing. He is back and swinging a very good bat. The pride of Marshalltown, Iowa. Jeff Clement being used in a key situation. 2 outs and the bases loaded. Snyder, the runner at second, Alvarez at third, and Cedeno is at first base. And Corpus delivers. And Clement swings at the first pitch, pops it up, foul ground. Giambi calls for it. And a very quick at bat in a pinch hitting situation for Jeff Clement. He'd like to have that one back. Dental. James McDonald made you smile tonight. 6 full innings of shutout baseball. Gave up only 4 hits and struck out a career high 8, equaling the number that Ross Ohlendorf struck out this season against Philadelphia on the 2nd of July. Number of strikeouts for a Pirate pitcher this season.
Impressive. Extremely impressive.
James McDonald making you smile. Thanks to our friends at Aspen Dental, and thank you to Chris Snyder as catcher as well. So Ledesma's in there, left-handed reliever. Will Ledesma, former Tiger, former National.
Yeah, well, we've been talking too with all this shakeup in the Pirate bullpen, Tim, that the one thing that will cure a lot of ills is if the starters step up, and that it's a big item. It takes a lot of the strain off the bullpen. But tonight they're going to be responsible for 9 outs, 3 innings, and it's not easy.
Well, Ledesma facing Tulowitzki. Gets a strike. Troy Tulowitzki was the guy whose line drive went off the head of Ross Ohlendorf. Ohlendorf was struck in the head on the last road trip, and Tulowitzki felt terrible about it.
Well, it's scary for everybody. Mostly the guy that gets hit, but the guy that does the hitting, that's scary for them too.
Fortunately, Ross really never went down, other than on a knee right there. Tulowitzki, after the game, sent word over to try to get Ohlendorf's phone number. He finally did call him, and they did have a chat.
Wonder if Ross remembers any of it.
No, he does, actually. He was the one who told me, so I know he remembers. But he said that all it was really was just a little tender to the touch. Just felt like a bruise and was not that bad. He wanted to stay in the game. He was actually trying to talk Joe Kerrigan and John Russell into letting him stay in that game, and they said, no way, you're out.
Remember the old joke, don't you? And it's an old joke. You know, guy got hit in the head by a line drive, and X-rays of his head showed nothing.
Well, he's got
not a great joke.
He's got a lot more than nothing in that head. Known as the smartest man in baseball, right there, Ross Oldenburg. Princeton guy. Says he's not going to intern, more than likely, in Washington this offseason. It's more so he can concentrate on baseball, and he can always go back to Washington, I guess. 1-2. Tulowitzki to the left side, and Alvarez won't get it. That's going to be a base hit. Tulowitzki a leadoff single. He's 2 for 3.
Just not quite enough leather. I don't know if Pedro is going to be able to get up off that position and make a throw anyway. That flag is going to be base hit all the way.
Now Jason Giambi, who was doubled up in the 4th into a 3-6-1 inning-ending double play. He's also flying to center. 0 for 2 is Giambi.
A couple of nice plays, double plays turned tonight by the Bucks.
Strike one.
Those 3-6-1 double plays are always pretty to watch. And, you know, you had the ideal running, or guy running for sure. Everybody does their job. First baseman with a good throw to the shortstop, and the pitcher doing his job getting over there.
That's not an easy one to pull off. We showed you video in our open tonight of James McDonald doing PFPs with Joe Kerrigan.
Well,
that stuff.
It is not the easiest one, but it's easier for a left-hand throwing first baseman because he's got that throwing hand in toward home plate where he can create a better angle. The right-hand throwing first base, he's got to get position, he's got to get squared up, and his arm is going to be thrown kind of in the plane where the runner is running from first to second. So more comfortable for the left-hander at first base to throw it.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Look back at it. Get an idea what Jones is doing.
Garrett, you see he's got that better angle, and it's right on the money. He can cut that angle in. Now that's beautiful camera work there. Nice job.
Got a good crew. Where were we without Chris Dahl? I mean, he was without Chris and the crew.
We were nowhere. Simple as that.
He told me a great story. He was in New York yesterday for the Yankee Blue Jay game. How they document the baseballs. How they're going for a milestone. Pretty neat. I'll tell you that in a minute. 2 ball, 2 strikes, and he struck him out. Giambi down on strikes. Well, Chris was telling me is that every time A-Rod would come to the plate, a new set of balls would come in, and they're all marked like letter A and then a number. And the old balls would go out, the new balls would go in. That way, if one of the balls went into the stands, they would know exactly which one it was, and then they can certify that that was home run ball number 600. So A-Rod was not hitting the same balls that everybody else has been hitting lately.
Probably an X-ray process of some kind.
A swing and a miss by Miguel Olivo.
Mr. Ledesma getting the ball to home plate at 95 miles an hour.
Well, nice to have a hard-throwing left-hander coming out of the bullpen. Now, see the stuff he's got on his ear flaps there? That, I believe, was invented by Bob Walk. Foul back. Now, yesterday, Bob and Greg were doing television, Steve, and they tried to use the invention. Greg maybe a little bit more than Bob.
Raggedy presentation, really. Bob was nice and tight.
Yeah. But I think Chris has trumped both of them. The camera got on first base side. Look at that. That's so good.
Now that's slick.
Now, see, those might be numbered like the A-Rod baseballs. I don't know.
I was just hearing out of one ear now. Yeah.
Strike 3. Olivo down on strikes, and Ledesma's struck out 2 here in the top half of the 7th.
When's the last time Pirate pitchers were in double figures in strikeouts in the game? Nicely done.
Olivo is gone, and now Ledesma will face Brad Hop, left-handed hitter. Is inside.
Corner.
July 20th against the Brewers. Pirates were in double digits in strikeouts. 12 strikeouts in that game. It was a game that Brad Lincoln had started. Here's Brad Hop with a 1-1 count. And Ledesma's pitch to him. That's low.
Got the wave going on here at the ballpark.
Pretty good crowd on a T-shirt Thursday. T-shirts tonight, by the way, presented by FSN.
And good-looking T-shirts.
Very nice. Bringing the game to you and bringing the T-shirts to you tonight.
Yep. I'll be wearing one of those in my next workout.
Really?
Don't want to rush into them, but
to brush the dust off it by that time. That's to right field. And Garrett Jones just missed that one. He had an opportunity, but Brad Hop aboard with a base hit. 2 hits in the inning, wrapped around 2 strikeouts.
One just out of the reach of Alvarez. This one just out of the reach of Garrett Jones.
Tulowitzki, the runner now at second base. And over at first is Brad Hop. There's the shirt. Steve ordered a case of those.
Stylish, yet understated. Very nice.
Ian Stewart, 2 on and 2 out. Third baseman is 1 for 2 tonight. Had a single in the 3rd. Stewart had the first hit off of James McDonald tonight. McDonald striking out a career high 8. Ledesma's got 2. And board out in left field, the Kennemetal sign where they keep track of the K's. They've run out of room. They started to go to the numbers. We put number 10. That was filled with K's. And then when Miguel Olivo struck out, they didn't have room for another one. So they're now putting the numbers up. One to Stewart. Now it's 1 and 2. Ledesma pitched for a few seasons for the Detroit Tigers. Double barrel action. Flores and Belisle.
Ryan Spilborg's in the on-deck circle.
Runners off first and second. 1-2, slap to third. Alvarez will go across the diamond. He gets Ian Stewart. Rockies strand 2. It is stretch time at PNC Park. 5-0 Pirates. off, top of the order. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored, facing Manuel Corpus. And Manuel, who used to go by Manny Corpus for a number of years, now goes by Manuel. Mother's orders, we understand. The story is his mother called a television outlet at Denver and said his name's not Manny.
Oh, it was Manuel. Begging the question.
Well, probably old enough to call himself whatever.
There you go.
But he's got a good slider, good fastball. 3-0 pitch. And it's inside, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Andrew McCutchen. Big night for Pirates fans and McCutchen tomorrow night. It's the only bobblehead night of the entire season, and it's Andrew McCutchen bobblehead night, courtesy of Pirates.com. Make sure to get your tickets at Pirates.com for Andrew McCutchen bobblehead night. All fans get one of those. That is going to be a red-hot collectible. Tomorrow night, Rockies and Pirates, 7:05 right here.
Expecting a bunt as Ian Stewart comes way in on the grass.
As McCutchen's parents, Father Lorenzo, Mother Patrina. And there is young Tony Beasley, Tony Beasley's son, sitting there taking in the buffet tonight. Young Anthony is visiting for a portion of the summer before he goes back to school in Virginia. Quite a good golfer, I understand. I played with his dad. He's a good golfer.
Tony can play.
He can play.
Yep.
And if he's a tenth as good as his dad, I mean, he's going to be a pretty good player. Good baseball player. Left-handed. 1-1 to Jose Tabata. The 1-1. And Tabata fouls it off. 1-2. Our Barrel League leader stat tonight, the highest average in the National League since July 9th. Third is Jose Tabata at 384, tied with rookie Buster Posey of San Francisco. And another rookie, Starlin Castro of the Cubs, really catching fire, 432. Chris Johnson of Houston hitting 400. Another rookie. A line drive down the right field line. And it is foul. One ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. One-two pitch, and this one right to left field, and that is a base hit for Jose Tabata, his first of the night. Pirates with runners at first and second and nobody out, and some wheels on the bases.
Absolutely, and a nice bit of hitting by Jose. Having missed down the right field line, is able to wait long enough, turn this ball around. It wasn't working to the right side. He goes out to left field, where it does work quite nicely. Thank you very much.
Walker up there. Well, tonight, 2 for 3 with a double, and pretty special week in the Walker household, Steve.
Yes, it is.
Anniversary of a very special date for his dad, Tom Walker. Yesterday, August 4th, 1971, in Double-A, while pitching for the Dallas-Fort Worth Spurs against the Albuquerque Dodgers, a 15-inning no-hitter.
What do you think the pitch count was for that, other than substantial?
No, that's going to be my answer. Substantial. I don't know, 140s, higher than that.
It's got to be up there, 15 innings. You know, if you're averaging 10 pitches an inning, which is terrific, that's 150.
150 something, man.
I got to think it's got to be well above that. Although it's a no-hitter, they're not getting any hits. That's for sure.
Well, one to Walker fouled off.
Whatever it is, you know, that was back in the day where they didn't count pitches. As long as you're pitching good, you stayed out there.
How do you feel? Okay, going to get back up.
Yeah, I haven't given up any hits. I'm feeling okay. But
15 innings, and his glove
that is great.
Was on display in Cooperstown at the Hall of Fame for that.
Yep. What you call baseball family. Baseball family.
Runners on first and second. The 0-2 coming from Manuel Corpus, and Walker up in the air to shallow left. Coming in is Seth Smith to make the catch. One away. Neal now 2 for 4.
Absolutely nothing wrong with a little insurance right here after the leadoff walk and base hit. Part of your batting order. You got a 5-0 lead. It feels like more because of Pirate pitching, but a little more would be just about right. And Jim Tracy's going to go out and get a lefty to face Garrett.
Well, the Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen has been made. Left-hander Randy Flores coming on for Colorado. Successful surgery at Allegheny General Hospital performed by Dr. Patrick DeMayo. Should be able to resume baseball activities in about 4 months. And General Manager Neil Huntington saying that his spring training status will be determined on how his knee progresses. Steve Pierce is out. Thanks to friends at Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Randy Flores, left-hander on to face Garrett Jones. Jones has been scalding the ball tonight. Solo home run in the second, base hit in the third, and he hit one pretty well to right field that was caught by Brad Hopp in the sixth. 5-0 Pirates, bottom of inning number 7. 10 hits for the Bucks tonight. This is the opener of a 4-game series. Andrew McCutchen bobblehead night tomorrow night. George Thurgood Sky Blast on Saturday. Helmet Day Sunday, and a drive to center pretty deep. Going back on it, Gonzalez. And nobody able to move up.
Hit right on the button, but right at Gonzalez.
Flores gets the first man he faces. 2 men out. Here comes Pedro Alvarez, 1 for 3 with an RBI single.
Promising start here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's hope he can still cash it in after 2 outs. Get used to this, Pedro. You're going to be seeing a lot of left-handers latter part of ball games.
He takes a cut and misses at the first offering. Sean Gallagher in the bullpen right now for the Buccos. Still done pretty well since being acquired from the San Diego Padres. We talked about Alvarez getting deep into counts, and he's been in a lot of 0-2 counts. His numbers versus left-handers not very good. At the time of his call-up against left-handers in AAA, he was hitting in the 320s. He's having success there and still trying to make that adjustment in the big leagues. And as you say, Steve, he's going to see an awful lot of this in the course of his career. One ball, 2 strikes.
And you'll see a lot of this kind of pattern, too. A couple of breaking balls away that gets him behind the count 0-2, and then the fastball to keep him honest, and then they go back away again. You'll know by the way Olivo sets up. Catcher for the Rockies. Yep.
Giambi will take it himself. And the Pirates done in the 7th. 2 men left. Head to the 8th. Pirates with a 5-0 lead. Major leagues, Kevin Youkilis of the Red Sox out, torn abductor muscle. How about Jose Guillen, designated for assignment? He's the top home run hitter for Kansas City with 16 home runs. Nolan Ryan and Chuck Greenberg, the top bidder in the auction to purchase the Texas Rangers, beating out Mark Cuban, another Pittsburgher.
Yeah, Pittsburgh all over that thing.
And Mark Kotsay 3 for 5, triple a home run, 4 RBIs today against Detroit. Sox a game and a half up in the AL Central. I know that that auction has been a big story in baseball. Pretty contentious. And at one time, Cuban was talking with Ryan and Greenberg about perhaps joining them, and ended up going against them. Sean Gallagher facing a pinch hitter, Dexter Fowler. Fowler, a switch hitting outfielder. Fowler crashed into the wall a couple of days ago and had to be helped off the field. And he is back and ready to go. Sean Gallagher making his 25th appearance between San Diego and Pittsburgh. 3-0 to Dexter Fowler, and a guy you really don't want to put on to start an inning because he can run. And a 4-pitch walk, and the pinch hitter Dexter Fowler is aboard.
And more likely to run in a tighter ball game, but you never know. These guys are going to take off. Rockies down 5-0, but this day and age, you never know when somebody's going to take off.
Fowler with 11 steals.
It will accelerate the interest in the Pirate bullpen.
Dexter Fowler represented the United States in the 2008 Olympic Games. He was the starting center fielder and leadoff hitter for Davey Johnson's Team USA. Won the bronze medal. Throw to first base, and Fowler is back. Back to Sunday at Coors Field, and took a home run away, it looked like, but paid the price. Look at that catch.
And we got some issues here with Sean Gallagher right away.
Smith hitting .302 against right-handed pitching this year. And gets a strike.
There we go.
1-1.
Right the ship.
One for the left fielder, Seth Smith. Smith tonight 0 for 2, hit into a double play, walked. Taps that one foul. A 1-2 count, and Justin Thomas, the left-hander, warming up, and Chris Resop is standing next to him, newly acquired, claimed off of waivers yesterday from the Atlanta Braves by the Pirates.
Well, think about these guys. You got a couple former Dodgers, you got a Brave. Those organizations don't fool around with too much mediocre pitching as a rule.
Resop's been dealing with injury and spent most of his time in AAA Gwinnett this year. Last year, Resop spent the entire season with the Hanshin Tigers in Japan. He's glad to be back in the big leagues. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Fowler off at first. And that's inside. Count 3-2. And Chris Snyder questioning Mike Riley, the home plate umpire. Sean Gallagher wanted that pitch, judging from his reaction.
So did all of us. Borderline. You'll get some. You won't get them all.
And Snyder says, excuse me?
Yeah, there's subtle ways to express your displeasure. Last thing you want to ever do as a catcher is show up the umpire.
Payoff pitch. Hit to left field. Long run for Tabata. Fowler stepped on second, came back to first.
And that's the speed you love in left field, as Jose Tabata basically outruns a ball that's slicing away from him. Because of the speed, makes it look fairly comfortable, but off the bat, this looks like a problem. This ball is going to run away, slicing away. But when you've got that kind of speed, you can close the gap.
Second baseman Clint Barmas is 1 for 3. Fowler looking in at Sean Gallagher.
You know, throughout the years of Major League Baseball, you have seen a lot of conversations between catchers and umpires, with the catcher in a crouch looking out at his pitcher and the umpire over his shoulder. And there's a lot of stuff going back and forth, and the fans have no idea because they're both facing in the same direction. But there have been lots of conversations in that position.
Good block by Snyder. He uses the bare hand too as a
dangerous stuff.
Yeah, as another glove, so to speak.
Yep. I guess when you're that big and strong, like, go bare hit hunting with a switch.
Nah, he just chases him down and chokes him. Has led the major leagues since early in the 2007 season in fielding percentage. For Snyder, .999 is fielding percentage. Matt Belisle back up. Houston Street, the closer. He's up as well. Pirates leading 5-0, top half of the 8th inning. I just thought about it, but Snyder had to block it again. He has done a good job keeping those balls in front.
See him turn the glove? That's one of the keys, too. You never go with a glove pointing with the pocket down. You turn it. Turn it so finger parts are facing up.
Well, full count, 3-2. Keep an eye on Fowler at first. Snyder was splitting the catching duties with Miguel Montero in Arizona. And Montero was getting more of the at-bats, so it's a good opportunity for Snyder to come here. Get to catch more often. Ryan Dolan comes off the DL tomorrow. And there's ball 4. And Gallagher has now walked 2. In case you missed the news today, Pirates making some moves yesterday. Chris Resop claimed on waivers from the Atlanta Braves. Chan-Ho Park will be here tomorrow. Pirates claimed him from the New York Yankees. So adding some experience, 17 years of it. Chan-Ho Park will join the Pirates. Chris Resop, who's been warming up in the bullpen. Justin Thomas had been warming up as well. The left-hander, and John Russell out to make a change. It is going to be the left-hander Justin Thomas. So the Pirates make their Columbia Gas 8-1-1 call to the pen. Better shots than that.
The blended colors.
The road ahead brought to you by Toyota, your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers. Toyota moving forward. Tomorrow, it will be Zach Duke taking the hill for the Pirates. He will face Jason Hamill. Ross Ollendorf against Jorge De La Rosa on Saturday. Sunday, Willis Chacin will take on Paul Mulholland, although the Rockies putting Aaron Cook, who was supposed to face Mulholland, on the DL today with turf toe. Called up Chris Nelson in the meantime, an infielder, to get an extra bat in there for the next couple of days. That is your road ahead. Pretty shot. There's the boats. A little extra illumination from the stadium.
Justin Thomas coming on, and one of the good things that you like is just the one free pass. So what you really need is strikes right now. Right now. Priority number 1.
Gallagher struggled, walking 2, getting 1 out, facing 3 men. Carlos Gonzalez.
Well, Fowler's on second, and he does have speed. And if he takes off for third and makes it, that's one thing. If he gets thrown out, he might as well stay there. Mr. Tracy would not be happy with that.
Pitch outside for a ball. A little bit on Gonzalez, Steve. His first career multi-home run game came yesterday against the Giants. He has 6 home runs in his last 7 games, including a home run and a career-high 4 straight games. Pirates saw him do it firsthand. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, you know, perspective here. You can actually, it's not fun, but you can actually live with a home run here. You can't live with many more free passes.
The last day of July, 31st, against the Cubs. He hit for the cycle in the home run part. Was a walk-off home run.
He just missed that ball.
Ronnie Cedeno is going to call it.
Doesn't have to catch it.
Infield fly, and the batter
Gonzalez gets what he wants. And he doesn't do what he wants with it. He knew he had something to work with. 2-0. Got a fat pitch and popped it up.
It was nice to see you call that infield fly right.
Yeah, we've had some issues with that.
We have? I haven't noticed.
That was the infield fly, wasn't it? Because I don't know that rule.
Apparently you do, because you just called it.
I saw the umpire put his arm up.
Troy Tulowitzki, the hitter, takes outside. Of course, we're referring to the botched one that occurred in St. Louis. And we don't mean by the players. There's players on the field and there's other guys. The other guys, one in particular, kind of messed it up. And it really changed the game, too, because it would have been second and third with one out in the first inning against a very good pitcher, Adam Wainwright. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't Adam Wainwright. It was the day before, Jeff Suppan, who has been struggling. It was the opposite story. Would have been a good chance to get at him. But if you've been following Pirates baseball, you do know the story on the infield fly that was and wasn't and then was again. Tulowitzki, foul tip into the glove of Snyder. 1-2. Troy Tulowitzki out of Long Beach State. Pretty good group out of there. Bobby Crosby, who was just traded from the Pirates to the Diamondbacks, out of there. Evan Longoria, the Rays. Jason Giambi, also of the Rockies out of Long Beach State, was a dirtbag. Their nickname in all sports, the 49ers, but not baseball. They're called the Dirtbags. And they're quite proud to be called Dirtbags. Good program. 2-2. Speaking of the Rays, they lost to Minnesota in a day game at the Dome today in St. Petersburg, 8-6. And it was a wild game. It was decided by a ball hit off of a catwalk on the roof, on the ceiling of the Dome. Jason Kubel hit one up in the air, and the winning run came in because it went off of the catwalk. And the ground rule there is the ball's live off the catwalk.
Yep.
And when it hit the catwalk, it took a different direction, and nobody with the Rays could catch it. This was after the Rays had come back to tie it on the Jason Bartlett grand slam in the 8th inning. South Hills native and Steve Blass neighbor Kevin Slowey pitched great, but he was taken out of the ball game, and the bullpen was victimized by Tampa Bay, but Minnesota would ultimately win it 8-6. Payoff pitch. Ground ball towards short. Cedeno not going to get it. Foul around third. Heading for the plate. Play at third. No play, really. And the Rockies are on the board. 5-1.
And I think Ronnie might have been aware of Fowler trying to disrupt his concentration as he went from second to third. Here's the ground ball. Fowler's going to be jumping over top of it. But that almost seemed to be before the ball got all the way back to Ronnie. And just kind of didn't get it. Fowler never looked back, and the Rockies are on the board, and they're still in business. Base hit.
Yep. Tulowitzki now with 3 hits. There goes the shutout. Fouled back by Giambi. 5-1 lead. Rockies threatening here with 2 outs in the 8th. Pirates need to get 4 more outs to win this ball game. 1 here and 3 at the top of the 9th. Just off the outside edge, 1-1. Giambi's been around. Playing in the mountains with that beard, he looks like he just came out of the mountains.
Grizzly Adams.
Jason McDonald, the starter tonight. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs.
The longest wait as a starter to see that 27th out when you're thinking about getting a W.
He struck out a career high 8 tonight.
He looks pretty calm. That ball in for a strike. I know this. I could not sit still. I would wear a path out between the dugout and the clubhouse. Just couldn't sit still. Some guys handle it better than others. And it looks like James has got everything under control emotionally. But you know there's some things going on inside for sure.
Thomas 2-2. Up in the air to left and deep. Going back is Tabata. On the track. He makes the catch. Jose Tabata tracked down the Jason Giambi drive. 1 run comes in. Millage, Snyder, and Cedeno coming up in the bottom of the 8th. 5-1 Bucks.
Is brought to you by Meadows Racetrack and Casino.
Now the horses are approaching the starting gate, and the field is set for the 41st running of the West Virginia Derby. Catch the race live as the horses run the 1 1/8 with $750,000 at stake for the winner. Coverage begins Saturday at 5 right here on FSN. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. And the Rockies go to their horse out of the bullpen, Houston Street.
Yep. 35 saves for the Rockies last year. This year, 17 appearances. 18 innings, 16 strikeouts. Excellent control, as we've learned to expect from Houston Street. Former Oakland closer. Did some good work for the Rocks.
Street facing Lasting's Millage. Chris Snyder, Ronnie Cedeno this inning. Bottom of the 8th, 5-1. 5 runs on 10 hits for the Pirates. They've left 6. And 1 run on 7 hits for the Rockies. They have left 7. Strike call.
Tender shoulder for Houston Street. Cost him around 70 games before he was able to get involved in the action this year.
Street was also a big part of that trade with Oakland last year that landed Carlos Gonzalez as well for Matt Holliday. Swing and a miss, and Millage down on strikes for the 2nd straight time. 1 out in the Pirate 8th. Houston Street, a pretty nice job as the closer. He's been called upon on a number of occasions to come in and shut things down. Trailing on the road, Jim Tracy using him in the ninth here in game 1 of 4. Busy weekend this weekend at PNC Park. Hope you're planning to come out and join us. Snyder had a single in the 6th. 1 for 3 tonight. It's got to be an interesting week for him because he's never played for another team other than the Diamondbacks. Came up through their system, was drafted by them, and now finds himself 3 time zones away. Participating with the Pirates. Different uniform, different clubhouse, different guys. Two-one from Street. You played in an era, Steve, where not a lot of guys were moved around, not nearly as
before free agency
much as they do today.
Yep.
So you probably played with guys for a long number of years. And another base hit for Snyder. He's 2 out of 4.
Nice night for Chris. He is a big man. A couple of big men at first base. Yeah, there certainly wasn't as much movement. And when you got to a trading deadline back in that day, if somebody's name got mentioned, it was pretty serious stuff. Because you'd been with them, you know the family, and now the guys move around. Yeah. There are some guys that move around now and said that they don't really seek out the relationships because you might be moving again, and you work on getting to know somebody in the family and everything, and then you move and you're disappointed with that.
Savino chased that one outside 0-2. Well, in today's game, too, and I think James McDonald, the starter, factors into this story. In our instant flash, instant gotta-know-now internet age, the Dodgers never had a chance to tell James that he was traded before he found out by seeing it on television.
Would you say they never had a chance?
Or they never did.
Decided not to.
Well, I don't know.
Or whatever.
But they didn't get a chance to. And
you would think you would make sure you got a chance to tell the guy before he heard it on the TV or saw it on the TV.
Well, he saw it on the crawl down below in the clubhouse. He'd already dressed for the game. He was in San Francisco. And he was getting ready to go out on the field. Looked at the TV, saw his name on the crawl. James McDonald and Andrew Lambeau traded to the Pirates for Octavio Dotel. And then he turned around and went back to his stall and started undressing. And his teammates were asking him, "What are you doing?" And he just pointed at the TV. He said, "Look." But that's it's embarrassing, I would think, for the Dodgers not to tell a guy or have the chance to before he sees it on TV.
Instant access.
2-2 pitch. One hopper down to Barmes. A backhander to Tulowitzki and an easy double play. 4-6-3 off the hot shot by Cedeno. On to the ninth. 5-1 Pirates.
There's a lot of lights, a lot of stuff going on. I'm having a good time.
Those guys are candidates for batting helmets on Sunday. Here is Chris Resop, the Pirates' newest acquisition, who is here. Chandler Park will join the team tomorrow, but Resop claimed off waivers from the Atlanta Braves, former Marlin and Angel. Last year pitched in Japan with the Hanshin Tigers. And Resop will make his Pittsburgh Pirate debut at the top of the 9th inning, with the Pirates leading at 5-1.
No stranger to big league action, 58 appearances.
Well, the Braves got him off waivers as well. When he was with the Angels, they took him in 2007. And here comes Miguel Olivo.
Just in case Mr. Hanrahan is getting loose in the Pirate bullpen. Just in case. Justin Thomas goes 2/3 of an inning, giving up a hit. The Pirates go to their 5th pitcher.
Interesting story about Resop in a game with the Braves against the Pirates. On April 3rd, 2008, it was an extra inning game. Resop came out, pitched the 1/3 of an inning, and walked a man. And Olivo takes ball 1. And then Bobby Cox came out and brought in left-handed pitcher Royce Ring out of the bullpen to face left-handed first baseman Adam LaRoche. And he substituted Resop for Matt Diaz in left field. So Resop went from the mound after pitching a 1/3 of an inning out to left field. Remember this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Ring struck out LaRoche. Gregor Blanco came in to play left, and Resop returned to the mound in place of Ring. And then Xavier Nady got an RBI single off him, and he ended up getting the loss. The Pirates would win that game 4-3.
Mike Riley, crew chief, takes a shot here in the 9th inning.
Resop back here at PNC Park. 1-2 pitch.
Nice looking breaking ball, just a tad wide.
And the 2-2 to Olivo from Resop. And now it's 3-2. Worked the deep count on the catcher. Olivo waiting for the payoff pitch, and Resop delivers. Up in the air it goes, and this is playable for Garrett Jones. 1 down.
Resop did a good job for the Braves AAA team in Gwinnett. Gwinnett. It sounded better when they had their AAA team in Richmond. Gwinnett.
Well, they like having it in Gwinnett.
Little Rock or some manly name. Gwinnett.
Coming up after the game, the AGH Sports Medicine Pirates post-game show. Highlights and analysis of this one.
From Pittsburgh, not Gwinnett.
Dan Potash on the field for a post-game interview. Paul Alexander, Kent DeColvey in studio tonight. Well, the reason the Braves like Gwinnett is just down the road from Atlanta. They can get their guy. They can call a guy up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and he'll be there.
Yeah.
That's what Bobby Cox told me. I think he told you the same thing. Is that next year he'll kind of be an advisor for the Braves.
Yep.
2-1 though.
Well, it's great to have your AAA team. We had a AAA team in Hawaii back in the mid '80s.
Short drive.
Things weren't going well, and try to call a guy up, and they might say no.
Take him a week to get here. 2-1. Fouls it out of play. Well, Bob Walker's down there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Most of the guys didn't want to leave.
Yeah, it's not bad duty to play in Hawaii.
Teams used to go in there for a 4 or 5 game series.
Yeah, going for almost like a week or something. Yeah, if you left, that was your home team, you go out to the mainland for like a couple weeks.
Up again fouling it away. Well, the Pirate Parrott.
Don't jump. Don't jump, Bird.
There's no reason to jump tonight. He can't fly anyway.
You know that for sure? Yep. He's had his wings clipped.
Yeah, he has. His tongue clipped too. To left center. There's Tabito, 2 down.
All right, let's all stand up and get this last out. Keep up on your feet.
Just get up off your couch, off your chair.
Yep.
There you are. Pretend like you're at the ballpark. These folks are going to be standing here momentarily. 2 down, top of the 9th. And the Pirates with a 5-1 lead. Looking to win their 3rd game out of 4 against Colorado. And Ian Stewart a swinging strike. Stewart 1 for 3. Got a single in the 3rd inning. Fly to left, grounded the 3rd. Team Parrott. I didn't know the Parrott had a team. Actually, he does. He's got a big team. And
this could be chapter 1 of the Rheesop's Fable.
You're waiting all day for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
No balls and 2 strikes to Ian Stewart. Chris Rheesop winds. There it is. Ring one up for the Pirates. A 5-1 win over the Rockies in game 1 of this 4-game series, and the Bucs have taken 3 of 4 against Colorado this year.
Yeah, well done. Good pitching as McDonald made a great start. They got it done out of the Pirate bullpen. Timely hitting, some fun timely hitting with the long ball. After all said and done, a nice tight win for the Bucs.
And a great game for Jason McDonald as he picks up his first win as a Pirate. Chris Rheesop, the newest Pirate, getting the last out.
Good mustard on a fastball to put a lid on this thing. A very happy new Pirate. He's going to come up over the top. Win number 1. Hope it's the first of many for James McDonald. He did well. Very impressive.
Career high 8 strikeouts for him. Our next broadcast of Pirates baseball at FSM Pittsburgh tomorrow night here at PNC Park for game 2 of this 4-game set against Jim Tracy's Rockies. Jason Hamill will take on Zach Duke. Trip Total Media Pirates pregame begins our coverage at 6:30. And Greg Brown and Steve Blass have the call for you at 7 right here on FSM Pittsburgh, bringing the game to you. Once again, our final score, Pirates 5 and the Rockies 1. My partner Steve Blass and our entire FSN crew, I'm Tim Neverett, reminding you to stay tuned. The AGH Sports Medicine Pirates postgame begins right now.